bringing you a glimpse of the airwaves from the heartland of America.
Alpha Fox, Zero Fox.
Alpha Fox, Zero Fox. Good to hear you. 5 and 9.
There we go. Alpha Fox, Zero Fox.
I'm Michael, Alpha Foxtrot, Zero Foxtrot.
Are you live streaming this?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live stream of Heartland Ham Radio. My name is Michael. My amateur radio call sign is AF0F, Alpha Foxtrot, Zero Foxtrot, and I'm coming to you live from my QTH here in Kansas City. Happy Saturday to you all. Boy, lots going on this weekend. We've got the Kentucky QSO party. We've got the ARL International Digital Contest that kicks off. I'm going to try that one. I've not done an FT8, FT4 digital contest before, so I'm going to give that one a try. We've got Lewis and Clark Trail on the air activity. We got museum ships on the air activity. And of course, there's POTA going on, where folks are out operating their amateur radio equipment in a park, and they're trying to make contacts with folks like us. I'll be narrating as we go, but if you're new to amateur radio or parks on the air or contesting, or just have any questions about what the heck it is I'm doing today, just let me know in the chat or the comments. Let's see what's going on new here. I was not here last weekend. I could not join you for a live stream. I was up in Iowa. I had to attend a funeral for a high school classmate of mine, but I did get to activate a POTA park while I was up there. So I was up there and was at Twin Lakes State Park at US 2323 and worked for a couple hours. And I think I got about 161 after duplicates were removed there from the park, both digital and voice. So that was a lot of fun. I got chased away by some rain and some wind, so I had to hightail it out of there pretty quick, but otherwise I would have stayed just a little while longer. That park is not activated very often, and so hopefully we got some new folks in New Park. Let's see, what else is new here in the shack? We have got a mini split that we finally installed here in the shack. If you're not familiar with these, they're kind of a self-contained kind of heat pump system that's both heating and cooling that doesn't require like tying into the ducts in your house or anything like that. So we added a mini split up here in the shack, just with the power supplies, the radios, the monitors, the computers, the 3D printers, just everything going on up here. And it's in an upstairs converted attic space where this bedroom is that we make an office. It gets incredibly hot up here, especially in the summer. So we figured best not to wait any longer, and let's finally pull the trigger and get that done. So we got that done this week, but it was a lot of evenings and time after work getting that all installed. But I think we got everything all buttoned up here, just besides some painting that we have to do on the outside of the house. But so that's been one of the things here in the shack. That's going on. I upgraded my Flex to version 4.2.20. No issues with that one. If you are an SDR, Smart SDR Plus subscriber, you now get the things, all the features that the early access folks got about a month ago or so. Plus, there were some other bug fixes in there. So that was good. No issues there at all. But I've been spending most of my time playing with Ether SDR. It's AETHER, but it's Ether SDR. And just super impressed with what Jeremy's been doing with that project. I filed 3 bug/feature requests on various things, and he's got like AI coded workflows into that thing. I filed a bug on Memorial Day, just after lunchtime here in Kansas City. By the time the AI agent did the triaging on it, made the code recommendations, there happened to be one of the project contributors that must have been working on something at the time. They approved a pull request for it, and AI made all the coding changes. Everything was done, and then it was committed back into the main branch. And I think Jeremy closed it like a couple hours later, but it was like 14 minutes from the time I submitted a bug report to when the code was actually fixed and committed into the code, and then the fix made it into the next release that they did. So that was incredible. So Jeremy's really doing some really cool things. No surprise why he got Developer of the Year at the Flex dinner there at Hamvention. So he's done some amazing work. A lot of great features in that software, and I am still learning all the various aspects of that. So that was really, really cool. I also got I finally got my stickers. I ordered these for Hamvention, but they did not come in time. So I've got my stickers here. I've got my AF0F stickers. I was hoping to hand these out at Hamvention, but they came after I got back. But yeah, it was kind of cool. So I've got some stickers here. So I'm going to start throwing those in with my QSL cards. If if any of y'all are interested in one, let me know, and we'll drop one in the mail for you. And I was excited to get those. So it's just got my call sign on it. It's kind of got some colors that I use here on the stream. I've got my my website, AF0F.com, and then I have my my saying, "Have fun with your radio, be kind, and stay curious." On the sticker, so kind of cool. So I'm excited to get those. I only ordered a small quantity because I wasn't sure how what the quality would be like for the print and stuff. I was a little worried about the DPI resolution on the image, but it turned out really great. So yeah, I was excited to get those. So that's one of those things that happened this week. So that was kind of cool. Let's see, before we get started, just a shout out and thank you to everyone who tunes in and supports me in the channel. This started something I wanted to learn how to do, and I know I've shared this before. I thought it might be just something I try for a couple of months, but I didn't expect to make such amazing connections with you all. And now we're almost 800 some subscribers on the channel, and it climbs a little bit every day. So I really appreciate all the support and hanging out with you all. It's been pretty dang cool, and I was so happy I got to meet some of you at Hamvention there in Dayton. And thank you for coming up to me and just saying hi. You guys know what I look like. I don't know what you always look like. So I appreciate folks coming up and saying hi and introducing themselves. So that was a lot of fun. I always love getting your comments and your feedback. My email's good on QRZ if you want to email me after the show. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on another new video or live stream from here at Heartland Ham Radio. All right, enough yakking at you for today. Let's turn the radio on and see who we can get on the air today. I do not think the bands are in great shape today. I have not done any checking, but yesterday they were horrible. They were horrible yesterday, at least here. So I think there was a solar flare that hit, and it was a little bit messy. So, all right. Yeah, looking at the waterfall here, I don't see a whole lot. We'll see how this goes today. Hey, we got some folks already hanging out in the chat. We got John saying good morning. Good morning, John, from November 8th, Sierra Golf Mike. And Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Michelle and John saying hello. Hey, we got Vashta in the chat. Vashta's seen the stickers. Thanks for saying hello, Vashta. Hey, we got Pedro in the chat. Greetings from Spain. Echo Alpha 1. Kilo Bravo Radio. What's the plan for today? We're going to try some POTA, but we also got Kentucky QSO party going on. And I'm going to stream with you all probably for a few hours today, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break, grab some lunch, and I am going to try the ARL International Digital Contest today. I have never done an FT8, FT4 contest before, so we will see how that goes. It might be a little interesting, but I've done FT8, FT4 for a couple of years. I'm fairly comfortable doing that. I've done some de-expeditions in foxhound mode, hunting folks there. So I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how this goes. And I don't know. With the band conditions not in great shape, I don't know how much we're going to get. That contest is interesting. It's scored depending about, I think it's, you exchange your grid square, and I think it's like you get different amount of points for how far away it is, the mileage. So obviously you get more points if there's a station farther away, but it's not a contest that there's a ton of participation in, and so it could be interesting. We'll see. It's not on the standard FT8, FT4 frequencies. You go up to like 09, like you'd be like 14090, I think, where sometimes de-expeditions and stuff are for the contest. But you can hunt folks on the regular FT8, FT4 frequencies, from what I understand. I need to do one more read through the rules there before I do that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys saying hello this morning. All right, let's see if we can get some POTA folks. See somebody down here. Usually these are rag chews down here a little lower, but boy, not hearing a whole lot. Oh man, 20 meters is. And these are POTA spots on the screen here. There's somebody up here.
Kilo Charlie 1, United Bravo Golf 59 into Rockcastle County, Romeo Oscar Charlie.
Ah, there's a Kentucky QSO. Let me see if I can snag that. always fading on me, darn it. Alpha Fox, 0 Fox. He's light, but...
Roger on Massachusetts, 73. Good luck. Kilo Wilson, November 4th, Sierra Sierra for the Kentucky Kilo Party.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Is it November 1 Tango Kilo? Is that a Roger? Okay, I think I got it. November 1 Juliet Tango Kilo, 59 into Rock Castle County, Kentucky.
And for the state QSO Party Challenge, as long as you get 2 contacts in a QSO Party, you can count towards the QSO Party Challenge. Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Okay, Kilo 0 Alpha Delta, 59 into Rock Castle County.
Oh, he's coming up.
Charlie. That's all right. I just lost to go on. 73,
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Okay, the Alpha Bravo station hold 69 go. Oh, Roger, well, that's who I thought I
Hear him a little bit better on the dipole in the attic, so I've got the split in my ears going here.
Rock Castle County, Romeo Oscar Charlie. Roger on Arkansas, 73 and good luck. This is November 4th, Sierra Sierra, Kentucky Kilo Party.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Okay, the Kilo Juliet 5 station. Kilo Juliet 5 station. I'm still missing the last letter. Kilo Juliet 5 Echo.
Hey, we got Norm in the chat. Good afternoon. Dayside seems to be under an RF shield. Yeah, boy, this is a little light. Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Okay, I got the Victor station hold Alpha 3 radio 59 into Rock Castle County.
I've got my Kentucky QSO Party up on another screen here, so you're not seeing it. Oh, he faded away there. I'll wait for him again.
Whiskey Bravo 5 Sierra Delta Victoria 59 Rock Castle County. Roger on Texas, 73. Good luck. Kilo Jackson, November 4th, Sierra Sierra for the Kilo Party.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
The Alpha Lima station.
Whiskey 8 X-ray Alpha Lima, good morning.
Good morning, Whiskey 8 X-ray Alpha Lima 59 Rock Castle County, Romeo Oscar Charlie.
Thank you, Kyle. They'll get your 59 plus here into Colorado. Charlie Oscar.
Roger on Colorado, 73. Good luck. Kilo Jackson, November 4th, Sierra Sierra.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot. Oh, where'd he go?
The station in the Tango hold, Alpha Fox 0 Fox, 59 into Rock Castle County.
QSL, 59 Kansas, Kilo Sugar.
Roger, 73 now. The station in there.
All right, we got him. He heard me. Okay, I'm going to do something here real quick. I've got the diversity receive in my ears, so I got left channel, right channel. I'm going to see if I can turn this on. I got that sending into DEX too. Give me a second here. I'm going to do this a little bit on the fly.
Okay, I got a 5 and 3, but I need that full call again, the Whiskey 7, a full call. Your full call, Whiskey 7.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't think it's sending that diversity. I must not be able to send that on the...
Roger, and what was my report again?
All right, that's all right. I'll need to play with that a little bit because the diversity receive really helped me on that one because he was kind of fading on the DX commander, and then I was picking him up actually in the attic dipole, which is behind me in the attic. And I tried the loop first. I wasn't hearing him on the loop, but I could hear him kind of, they were fading between the two antennas, and I was able to kind of pull through. But you guys aren't experiencing kind of what I'm experiencing in my ear. So I need to figure out a way if I can send that diversity receive to you so you can kind of hear that left side, right side. You'd have to have probably headphones on to hear it, but that'd be cool if I could send that to you all on the stream. All right, so we got one person in the log today. All right, anybody got anything? Anybody got anything going on in their shack? Anything fun with ham radio here?
Okay, my full call is November.
Hey, we got Kyle in the chat, and then 9Z with that shiny new call sign. How you doing, Kyle? Hope you're doing well.
Roger, November 4th.
Norm said he heard me. Good deal.
November 4th.
Hopefully the audio is okay.
Roger.
I'm tinkering with a lot of stuff up here with these, playing with Ether SDR and Smart SDR and these firmware upgrades and all that. And it's, it's always software. So it's like, I did run into a situation where I did something, bug crawling on the ceiling. I did run into something where I did something in Ether SDR. I think I had muted my headphones and I did something, I can't remember what the situation is. I need to try to reproduce it. And then I closed Ether SDR and then reconnected on my Maestro, and there was no audio. Nothing was muted. There was no way for me in the Maestro to get the audio to come through. Rebooted everything, nothing. And so I was like, that's weird, but I did mute in Ether SDR. So then I went back to Ether SDR unmuted, but what I can't remember is, did I mute the radio audio coming from the radio, or did I mute the PC audio coming over the DACs? And I need to play with that again and see if I can reproduce that. But that was one thing where it's like, that's weird. I was able to do something in a software client, but then couldn't like undo it on the Maestro. So I don't know what it was there, but that's really been kind of the only thing that's going on. But I've been tinkering a lot. So I guess my point with that being, it's you're kind of messing with stuff, and so it's a little bit of variables there going on. So Kyle says he's doing good. Gonna try the digital contest today. I'm gonna try that one too. I am interested. I maybe got a little overzealous. I was trying to get my radio configured last night, and I was like, okay, I could maybe do this SO2R. And then I was like, this is my first digital contest. I am not gonna try to do SO2R for my first go. So I kind of backed things off a little bit because it's getting a little complicated with. I needed to get even and odd time slots for SO2R, and then 2 WSJTXs up, and then 2 rig profiles, and I was like, this is probably going to be just a little bit too much for me, so I'm gonna dial that back just a little bit for the first run, and I'll just do single radio. But I was like, oh, maybe this would be one I could do SO2R on with the Flex, and I was like, I'm gonna just do a digital contest first before I try to do SO2R. Kyle asks, does Ether mess with your firmware on the Flex? It does not. It is completely independent of the firmware on the Flex. So you need Smart SDR still to upgrade the firmware. Or if you have a Maestro, the Maestro can update the firmware on the radio as well. But no, it does not do anything with the firmware. And it is written entirely. They explained this at the Flex dinner at Dayton. I didn't realize this, which makes sense, and I appreciate how Flex has approached this. What they have done is Smart SDR, Ether SDR, all these clients all interact with the Flex radio through the API. So they have done, the API is published. You can be a developer and get access to the API in the radio. And all these clients leverage everything using the API. So there's no special sauce that they do in Smart SDR that you couldn't do with another radio. Now, some manufacturers could choose to not allow some pieces of the API to be available to third-party developers. Think like Apple on your iPhone. They have an API and an SDK. You can write applications on those for those devices, but there's some things that Apple keeps private that only they can utilize as part of the operating system. Flex didn't do that. From what I understand, everything that these clients can do all interact with the exact same API. So that's really cool of Flex to do that, because they wouldn't have to. If they wanted to do something that was special, that they wanted to force you to have to use their software to do, they they could do that. But they explained that everything Smart SDR is doing interacts with the radio in exactly the same way as any of these third-party clients are. So that's really, really cool. But no, it does not mess with the firmware. It just utilizes the firmware and the API that's in that firmware to do the radio, or to interact with the radio. So that's a great question. Kyle says he's trying a new logger this weekend. Yeah, I have N3FJP set up, so I will probably go with that just because I'm familiar with it and use it. I did go through when I was doing the SO2R setup. I was doing that in N1MM. So I have that configured and ready to go. If I wanted to switch to that, I certainly could. I think for this first go, and I'm not going to go 24 hours. If you're single op, I think it's a 30-hour contest, but you can go 24, so you have to have some time off. I'm not going to do that. But, I think if I was going to do SO2R, maybe next time around, I would use something like N1MM. The N3FJP is not super great at the SO2R stuff. So, hey, Whiskey 2 Echo Lima Sierra. I'm at a park. Bands are rough. Hunt 18 129. All right, let's go see if we can get you. Hang on. I see you spotted. Well, I see some FT8 down there. I don't hear anything. Oh, man. Okay, let me do this. Let me throw the loop up. Loop on 18 meters isn't going to be great, but let me... Or 18 megahertz, 17 meters. Ugh. Oh, you might be in there just real light. Well, if anybody's in front of the radio, give Ron a try. Whiskey 2 Echo Lima Sierra 18129. I'll hang out here, see if I can hear any of y'all. If you come up, Ron, I'll give it a shot. I just don't hear anything. Even tried the diversity receive. I'll throw the dipole on here too. Yeah, not hear anything on the loop or the dipole. I do see some FT8 activity, so it's not dead. Somebody's tuning up there. All right, I'll head back to 20 meters here. Boy, bands are tough today.
Bravo, Echo Fox, Roger. The mobile station, Kilo Charlie 2.
Oh, that was the Kentucky Queso Party guy. Delta Alpha Victor. Davies County. Just need the call. Kilo Yankee is something. I was switching my ears here. Delta something Victor.
Who's the uniform? November 6th, Mike uniform. 5 Alpha Victor. Thanks for California. QRZ 24Y, so Delta Alpha Victor. Whiskey Alpha 9, Foxtrot Bravo Oscar. Whiskey Alpha 9, Foxtrot Bravo. Delta Alpha Victor. QSL, you're 5-9 in northern Colorado. Thank you.
Get his call. I think it's K4Y. Boy, this second dipole in my right ear is helping a ton. Alpha Fox, 0 Fox. Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Alpha Fox 0 Fox, 59 Delta, Alpha Victor.
59 Kansas, Kilo Sugar.
Delta Kansas, QRZ.
Got him. Boy, that second antenna in my right ear helped a ton.
Kilo 4 Yankee, so Delta, Alpha Victor.
All right, we got him. Missing some chats here. Ron says he was pushing 100 watts. Yeah, I just didn't. Maybe there was something just right in there, right at the noise at one point. I couldn't tell if maybe it was a Hunter or you, Ron, but Norm says nothing on 17 yet. Ron says on CW or SSB. I saw some FT8 activity, but at least on the waterfall, but I was not seeing any other activity really outside the FT8 frequency down there. All right, we got 2 Kentucky QSO party. At least here on 20, I'm going to keep this 20-meter dipole up on my right ear, even though it's in the attic, and I usually don't use it. Heard a CQ there. Could be it. Is that a rag chew? I think that's a rag chew. Norm has got a question. When is the digital contest? It starts at 1 o'clock Central Time. That would be 1800 Z. Somebody's using lower sideband there. Lost him there. Somebody's up here. Oh, there was somebody here.
Delta. You are 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
There's another Kentucky QSO party.
Roger, QSL New Jersey, 73. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
K4RO.
CQ Kentucky QSO
Wow.
Party. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar. Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot. You're 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
QSL 59 Kansas, Kilo Sugar.
QSL Kansas, 73.
Good luck. Kilo Mike 4.
Kentucky QSO Party. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
I don't know how much power he's using. He's 5 or 10 over.
CQ Kentucky QSO Party. Kilo Mike 4.
I think he's the best sounding person I've heard on 20 so far.
Alpha 9, Foxtrot, Bravo, Oscar.
Whiskey Alpha 9, Foxtrot Bravo Oscar. 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
QSL, you're 10 over 9 in northern Colorado.
QSL, you're booming in here too, 73.
Thank you, 73.
Yeah, he sounds great. It's not a complete bust today. Boy, I see POTA spotted. I just don't.
This is Whiskey 9, Alpha Foxtrot.
Oh, there's 2 calling CQ. I hear a POTA, or there's a POTA spotted there too.
Kilo Charlie Station, go ahead.
I have to figure out if there's a way for me to stream that that second antenna. Just for whatever reason, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, it's weird. I don't think I can do that on a diversity receive, even though I've got a DAX channel for it. It's weird. The conditions are a little tough today. A little tough. They were terrible yesterday. Got some folks on digital, but that was a little rough. I did get 4 in the Lewis and Clark Trail event last night, so that was kind of fun. They were all digital. I got some on 20 before it closed. 20 was weird, even on digital. Like, it was not bad, and then just all of a sudden, in like a 15-second time slot, it was just like nothing's there anymore. It was really bizarre. I went to 40 and snagged a couple more.
Kilo Fox 0, Italy radio.
I don't think that guy was running. I think he's hunting or pouncing. See Keith spotted. Alpha Charlie 1 Romeo Hotel. Where the waterfall's just nothing. It's not like it's super noisy. It's just... Man, that's bizarre. Just jump back up through the spots here and we'll see if we...
Whiskey, 59 into Rockcastle County, Romeo.
That's N4SS. See all these POTA calls on here, just not hearing them. Kilo Mike 4 Radio Oscar. He's the strongest signal on the entire band.
Over there. Is that KB2 or KB3? Okay, KB, Kilo Bravo 3, Tango Alpha Whiskey. You're 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf. Okay, thank you for the new one there, Delaware, 73. CQ Kentucky Q so far, Kilo Mike.
All right, well, we've been through 20 a couple of times here. Let's see who else we got spotted here on POTA. Got some folks on 17 meters. I just don't...
Charlie Sierra, you're 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
Didn't hear Ron. Oh, somebody's up here a little higher. Kid you not. Every single time I see something, I swing up there and then it goes quiet. Maybe a rag chew or something going on. So it's not completely closed. Some Maritime Mobile.
Alright, I'm gonna just grab it back up and load the Kilo
Delta 4 and something
Maritime Mobile, come again, please.
I heard the other guy in there.
John, well, it's a working coming this way. I've turned out to quite a bit of traffic on here this morning, but
Boy, that's all I hear. Like I said, I hear some FT8 tones there. Got a birdie. Yeah, nothing. FT8, and I don't know if that was a net or what that was going on. All right, we got some folks spotted on 15. 15 has not been real good for me lately. Got Bobby, Oscar Zulu Zulu on 10 meters. Oh, there's some activity on 10. 10's been dead lately. Somebody was there.
Do you have a fan running on it or running toward it? No, I mean an external fan running toward it. That might help out.
I don't know.
That might be a good thing.
I can tell.
Something to help push the air around it.
Probably a person running an amp there. I can kind of tell by how wide it is. It's kind of.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it myself. I'm still fairly new to everything here, Jim.
That's it. It's not dead, but not great. I guess we could see if we maybe find somebody on 40. These are all DX. There's somebody. Let's see here. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Juliet Victor is on 7183. I don't think 40 is great either, guys. See a ton of folks spotted. There's somebody down here. They're real light. Sometimes 40 will surprise you. You'll get some activity there during the day. Let me go to the loop on this one. The loop is definitely going to be better on 40 than it is on the higher bands.
POTA, Kilo Charlie 5, Mike, Julia, Echo.
Oh, wow, we got somebody. Oklahoma.
Sticky POTA, Kilo Charlie 5, Mike, Julia, Echo, calling Sticky POTA and listening.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot.
Alpha Foxtrot, 0 Foxtrot, Roger.
Roger, Roger, QSL.
You're 59 plus at US 2776, Oscar Kilo, Roger.
Roger, Roger. I got you 5-9 into Kilo Sierra, Kansas today. Thanks for being out there. Conditions are a little rough.
They are, for sure. Thanks for hunting, 73.
73. Have fun. Be safe.
Yeah, last work, Kenny. He hunted me when I was up in Minnesota a couple years ago. Been a while since I worked Kenny.
Sticky POTA, Kilo Charlie 5,
get him respotted. My one POTA today.
POTA, Kilo Charlie 5, Mike, Juliet, Echo, calling POTA and listening.
Didn't expect our POTA contacts to be on 40. Somebody calling. What's this?
Maybe night down Puerto Rico, all of the southern United States is real well, and then a little bit, up north around Canada. There's not a whole lot to talk to us in Canada, but
Both of those, neither one I picked up on the loop.
really well.
Got my loop on ground.
And just typical Delta loop fashion, super low noise level. So I'm very happy with this. It's kind of a monstrosity to mow around because it's strung up between two.
Here's somebody.
Gathering, David must have signed out.
Just for kicks, I'm going to try Walter. NA Charlie Victor. Walter, are you still there? Over.
There's some activity here on 40. Sometimes some of these rag chews crack me up. A couple guys rag chewing the other day. I heard them, and it's just like oversharing personal medical stuff. It was just, I was just cracking up.
We appreciate you being here. You come back home. Thank you. Whiskey Bravo 5, Foxtrot Bravo Juliet. Hello, George.
I'll show you guys this. I got this. Wait a second. Thought I had it up here. This is, I got a message from Tony this week. This was my purchase I made at Hamvention. It was technically after Hamvention, but this is the CW key I got from Tony. Tony has N3ZN keys, and he had a booth there at Dayton, and really enjoyed the feel of the various keys that he had. So he sent me this picture, and it was ready to go. So it's on its way to me. So I'm super excited to get this. It's a magnetic balance paddle, so just feels really, really nice. I've still got my Vibroplex here. It's a double key. It's both a iambic paddle and a straight key kind of on one base, but it's pretty large. And but I do love the weight of it. It doesn't slide around on the desk at all. So I was kind of looking for something that was all a paddle design. And so I was super excited that he said it's all ready to go, shipping it out. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. So he sent me a picture of it, and it was all done. I went with the 3/8 spacing between the paddles. Most are, I think, a 5/8 inch spacing. But I really liked the touch feel of the 3/8, a little closer, and was able to kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe. I'm right-handed, and I can key with my right hand. I've got my key sitting over here on my right side. But when I have my hand on a mouse, I want to be able to key with my my left hand as well, kind of in a horizontal fashion. So I kind of 90 the key, and then I use my left hand. So I've been trying to play and practice with that, but I think with a magnetic key, it's going to be a little bit easier for me to just kind of, just a real light touch and get the feel there, because I wanted to be able to have my hand on the mouse and the key kind of sitting there so I can take my hand just real quickly from keyboard to the key if I needed to in a contest or something like that. So super excited about that. So I think it's gonna be here like Tuesday, I think, something like that. So super excited about that. And he gave me the handvention price on it, even though I ordered it after handvention. So that was pretty cool. Pedro, what a beautiful piece. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah, I just wanted something a little bit different. I mean, there's a lot of the, the blacks and keys and silver and, all that stuff. But I was like, yeah, let's go with something a little bit different. I have an orange desk mat that's on my desk. It just kind of gives a like a nice contrast color. And so I think that purple sitting on the orange will look really sharp. So lovely color and finish. Yeah, I really like that. It has like a textured, has kind of a textured feel to it. So yeah, it's not smooth. He's got some of the colors that are smooth and shiny as well, but not sponsored. But go check out Tony's keys on his website. I'll post a link to it. And again, not sponsored in any way, but he's got some beautiful keys. And it kind of sits. I mean, it's not inexpensive, but he hand makes them all, and I find them kind of between, some of the mass-produced stuff that you can get, on the lower side of the price point, and then you've got like Bengali, type keys that are up, double that price. And this kind of sits right in the middle. So, but he's got some really cool finishes and things that you can do. And I loved all the variations that you could get of the paddle widths and the weights of the bass and all of that. So it was I was looking for something magnetic, and keys are kind of one of those things you kind of have to feel and play with a little bit. And so I must have stopped by his booth like 4 or 5 times when I was at Dayton just to kind of see how they felt in my hand. And so I just really enjoyed the magnetic resistance, feel on the Vibroplex, which is kind of spring tension. It's very clicky, and it's, you kind of gotta, you can adjust it so it's lighter. It's just, I don't know, just the magnetic ones are just so smooth, and you can just like, just tiny taps on anything, you could just like barely be touching them. And even if you get your spacing, so it's really, short throw distance on the paddles, you're still like, you have to give it some I guess pressure to get it to go. So anyway, we'll see. I'm excited to get it. It was kind of one of those things. It's like that was the one thing I was going to look for when I was at Dayton, because I knew it'd be something that I wanted to try and touch and feel, because it's just like, otherwise you order one of these things online, it's like, oh, well, I don't really like that spacing, or it doesn't feel quite right, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm excited. So I figured I'd show that to y'all. All right, quit yakking at y'all. That was the Oklahoma station. We already gotten along. There's a few here on 40. Rag chew going there. All right, let's go back to 20. Change from the loop on ground to the dipole. I was having better luck with that on 20. I hear that completely in my right ear. There it comes back to the DX Commander a little bit. That was one of the things they talked about in Contest University, is the receive antennas and how much of an advantage that can be in contesting. And I agree 100%. The other thing that they recommended too is if you could have one, like if you have a vertical, then if you could have your second antenna be horizontally polarized, and then you can kind of get the mix of the two. And if it's not hitting one antenna, you might be able to hit it on the other. And so I've got the DX Commander vertical in my left ear, and then I've got the secondary antenna in my right ear when I turn the diversity receive on. And in that, when that guy came back, there was a swirl that was kind of happening in my headphones, and it was like where it would have completely faded out on the DX Commander, I was able to piece it through with the two antennas. I'm hearing that one almost entirely on the attic dipole in my right ear. I hear him a little bit on the DX Commander, but he is strongest on the indoor 20-meter dipole in the attic. Yeah, Ethan. Hello, Ethan. Bands are bad today. Yeah, they're not great at all. We've got a couple in the log. We got 3 Kentucky QSO party folks and 1 POTA so far. The 1 POTA was on 40 meters. Try 6. Is there some activity on 6? I could give it a go. I was spotted on 6. I think there are a couple people spotted on 6. Let's go try it. I don't have a great 6-meter antenna. I can get the DX Commander to tune. Oh, I hear them on my right ear. Wow, they're really light. I hear him entirely on my right ear. Yeah, you guys aren't hearing that at all. And now I lost him. He's the only one I see spotted. Just zoom out, do the whole segment here. Everybody, I mean, look at that. Boy, the noise is loud up higher. The vault's pretty bad 6-meter QRM over here. Oh, over there. Yeah. A little bit. I did get a 6-meter contact. There was some sporadic E clouds that were, one evening I heard them this week, and I was able to get, on FT8, I was able to get a couple of stations in the northwest. So when I looked at the map, it looked like the sporadic E cloud was kind of over Wyoming, Colorado area. And so I guess that would make sense. I was maybe hitting that and then bouncing into the northwest. So that was kind of cool. Norm says 6 is showing activity on the digital modes. Yeah, I could swing down there. That's always my go-to. I'll see if there's activity. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. Or seeing anything. Yeah, and 6 is one of those weird ones, too. Like, it can be open to somebody, 100 miles away, but not open for you. They were talking about that at Contest University, too. They were saying, a lot of the guys, even if they don't use digital, they will use the digital modes as indicators if the band is open or not. So kind of using that to watch that. All right, Ethan says FT8 looks good on 6. Let me do this. I'm going to pull up DX maps here. So for sporadic E, we're looking for the crisscross. Where's the crisscross? Looking for the X's. That's where the sporadic E cloud typically is. It does look like it's maybe over kind of St. Louis, down towards Tennessee. That could be why Ethan's hearing folks. Looks like there's another one down towards the towards the southeast. X marks the spot when you're looking at these
Looking for sporadic E clouds. Looks like there's maybe another one over California a little bit. Yeah, there's definitely a big one down in this part of the country. That's great. Oh, 313 is FT8. Thank you. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yep, there is some activity there. Thank you, Ethan. Yep, there are some folks there. Yep, so there's some 6 opening. So yeah, I use these charts to kind of spot. Thank you, Ethan. I forgot that one had a weird frequency on it. Anyway. All right, so 6 may be open, especially if you're in that down towards the southeast a little bit. That was weird. I think I found a bug. I had diversity receive on, and then I changed bands, and the diversity antenna stayed on the FT8. I was still hearing the FT8 tones in my right ear. Let's see if I can reproduce that. Let me do that. Go back to 6. 10 on. Turn diversity on. Just go to 15, 50, 313. Okay, so I'm hearing it in both ears. I change bands. I still have the tones in my right ear. Okay. Okay, so let me do this. Let me go back to 6. That's another bug. It doesn't remember the antennas. All right, turn diversity on. So I got that, and I'm going to go to 20. Okay, so if you change it there, it does... Now my ears are... My balance is messed up. Okay, so if you change it via cat control, that's where the bug is. All right. Sorry, I'm troubleshooting. Boy, there's a bug there because now I don't... Oh, there. I screwed that up. That was my bad. It wasn't on the diversity antenna. A, I want left. Diversity, I want right. There we go. Okay, diversity's on. 2 antennas. Change the band with cat control. Yep, I still hear the tones in my right ear. Okay, we'll make a note of that one. Write these down so I don't forget.
All right, 73, thank you guys for being out there.
Okay. Get a bug filed on that one. Now, Volta, tried diversity with that phase adjustment yet on HF, or not worth it? I've had more luck with just the left and right. It's the, what do they call that? ESC, Enhanced Signal Clarity, where they do the phasing. I have not had... Sorry, I gotta get these FT8 tones out of my right ear. Okay. And then my balance is messed up. Bring this back. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played with it enough probably to make a call on that. I feel like when I have played with it, I don't know if I've got like the phasing messed up or suboptimal, because you can kind of change in a 360 view the phase and the gain for the ESC. And I've actually found just if I do left ear, right ear, my brain kind of munges them better than what I've had the ESC doing. The one thing I do like about the ESC is it does change the overall noise floor so that on the display, let me try this again. Make sure I'm not lying to you here. All right, so I'm coming here, diversity, and turn on ESC. So this is the default ESC. If I turn this on, I lied to you. It's not changing the noise floor. For some reason, I thought that changed the noise floor. But because it's playing, it's mixing the two, and maybe if there was a voice there, that would be different. Let's try that. I gotta find somebody I can listen to though. This may be a good test because I was having good luck. There we go. Let's get this going.
Out in the community,
There's that loud Kentucky QC station. Okay. Wait for him to come back. Okay. He's pretty strong on my right ear on the dipole. It is mixing the two. So I hear the same thing in both ears. It is bringing the stronger signal off the diversity antenna. And I know you guys can't hear this, but it's hard to describe.
Is it Kilo Bravo 9, Kilo Alpha 9, Alpha Bravo Radio, your 59?
So that one, that time he's stronger on the DX Commander, but I still hear him in the right ear. I need to try and find, he was lower. Maybe I need to find a slightly weaker station. Okay, Vault says, on some demos, I have seen that noise floor drop when the correct gain phase is picked. Yeah, that's what I thought I remember, but again, I guess I've upgraded the firmware here, so maybe something changed.
Okay, we'll get it right here.
Okay, so now I hear him pretty strong on my right ear. Okay, so what it's doing is it is mixing both, and now I do hear him strong on both ears. Toggle back. Now he's stronger on the right. Oh, he unkeyed right as I, with the QSB kind of. So now he's stronger left. These short exchanges make it a little harder to do A/B testing.
Okay, Denison, Oregon there.
So he's stronger on the DX Commander right now.
And you are 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
And what I don't know is like, try changing this phasing. This is the default phasing.
Yep, that's the way I feel it.
Just need to listen to, we need to maybe find a rag chew or something. I need to play with this some more. This may be a good video because there's not a lot of detail on this ESC, at least that I've been able to find. If somebody knows of some good resources.
Yes, I have. Do you have one of those for me?
I don't really hear this moving in my ears if I'm changing this phasing. We got Chris in the chat. Alpha Bravo 2, Alpha Tango. What's happening, sir? How are the bands? Not great. Although there is a 6-meter opening. Looks like they're...
I got the Hornet earlier today. He called me. I've gotten about... I got one last night. I got a couple of them today.
I don't hear any change as I'm rotating this in my ears. Wait for him to come.
I sure don't. I don't know. I haven't heard very many other people on. I know they're out there, but...
I got no difference. I don't hear any difference in my ear. Do I need to adjust the slider?
No, sir, I sure don't. I don't know what the... You might try one of those websites. I don't know. I heard the Montrose last night.
I just don't...
No, I'm sorry. I don't have any...
I don't know. I don't hear any difference on that ESC. It does mix them both and kind of brings it up, but I can't tell if that because the balance is equal. The volts phasing should depend on the cable length of the antennas, I suspect. Yeah, maybe.
Using all I can today.
Yeah, it'd definitely be shorter to the dipole that's in the attic behind me.
Radio Oscar.
Yeah, weird. And I'll see if I can figure out, maybe for the next live stream, I'll see if I can figure out a way to send, if there is a way, if I could send, because I can send left and right channel in OBS on the stream. It'd be cool if I could send you the, the left and the right channel when I have diversity receive on. And I could set up some macros on the stream deck so that, it wasn't always left side if I didn't have diversity receive on. But definitely today on 20, and probably because it's a 20-meter dipole, having both antennas, both the DX Commander in my left ear and the dipole in my right ear, it's helping. And I'm hearing this swirling between the two antennas, but when one isn't, I'm not hearing them, I can pick it up on the other one. So it definitely is a help. Maybe if you saw the waterfall tank. Yeah, it is behind it. I can kind of see it, but yeah, it is a little tough. I just didn't see it drop. I thought I'd seen it drop before. Because if I change to antenna 2 exclusively, let me turn diversity off. And I just go to antenna, I can change. Okay, so there's the attic dipole.
C2, Kentucky 2 so far. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
The noise floor is about the same between those two. I probably with the loop I would hear different.
Come again.
Okay, so there's the loop on the ground as the receive, and obviously you can see the noise floor change big time there. Look at
Kilo 3, Golf Oscar Delta. You're
neg 140. Back to the DX Commander outside. Yeah, negative 115. So the loop is way quieter. Let's see.
Lima Fox Delta, you are 59, Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
That's pretty significant preamp on there. On a loop on ground receive antenna, that makes sense. You need some preamp in there. But I mean, look at that noise floor difference.
Kentucky 2 so far, Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
But he's strong anyway, so. But yeah, having a second antenna, being able to put that in a different ear, that I definitely see the advantage to that. I have to play with that some more. I'm still learning, but. All right, let's see if we can get anybody else. Thanks for humoring me as we played with that together. Volt says, I don't remember. I think I was seeing a model for loop on ground to be like negative 35 dBi gain on 80 meters, if not even less. So I think it needs an excellent cable or preamp at the feed point. Yeah, I know a lot of folks that do that. I don't have a preamp at the feed point. My run is maybe 30 feet total, and then I'm just using the preamp on the receive in the flex. But yeah, I would definitely see the advantage to having the preamp at the feed point for sure. And I could do that. It's accessible. I just got it buried in the mulch in the front yard. So easy for me to get to the transformer and put a preamp in there if I wanted. It's been a huge help on 40 for sure. 40 is just so noisy for me. I've not used it yet on 80 because I don't have a dedicated 80 meter antenna. I do have an NFED 80 that I put up with counterpoise wires for, the bigger contests. But then I take it down just because I just don't have a ton of room for an 80 meter antenna. Well, the bands are not in great shape today. If you're just joining. Getting some POTA. We got some Kentucky QSO party going on. Going a little over an hour. We're 4 contacts in the log. That's not a great rate.
What model number was that? Mosley, Skip. Hotel 73. Kentucky QSO.
They're loud. He's the loudest one on 20. I see tons of folks out in the parks. I mean, look at all these POTA spots. Got nobody. Nobody. Not hearing any of them. Nothing. All right. One spotted on, let's check 15. Oh, I do hear him. Throw another. So I'm just seeing. I do like in Ether SDR, you can name the antenna inputs. That's kind of slick. I only have 3 antennas, so it's not a huge deal. I heard somebody in there. I'm not sure if it was a hunter or a... Still don't hear anybody on 10. Did 17 ever come up? I don't see any POTA spots on 17. Oops. I got my antenna selections all goofed up here. Got a birdie. There's some FT8. That's about all I hear on 17. Well, I think somebody's pouncing there. Throw diversity on. Tell Radio Lima. I think that's another. I think it's Kilo 4 Kilo Charlie Golf. Oh, you guys aren't. You guys hearing this? What's going on here? You guys aren't hearing the audio at all. Sorry about that. See, I messed everything up.
Kilowatt 4, Kilowatt Charlie Golf.
Alpha Fox, 0 Fox.
Alpha Fox, 0 Fox, 5-9, Hotel Radio Lima.
QSL 59 Kansas, Kilo Sugar.
Thanks for Kansas, QSL.
All right, we got 4. We got 4 at the Kentucky QSO party.
November Alpha 8, Sierra, come again. 5-59, Michigan, 5-9, Hotel Radio Lima, QSL. 7 MV3, thanks. The other station come again?
Walt says, I can't listen to multiple antennas at the same time, but I have noticed while doing NVIS on 80 Delta is more stable signals, but worse SNR usually. RX antennas vary, different kinds of noise patterns too. Yeah, I mean, there's not a silver bullet for sure. You know, it's all about having options and, you know, figuring out what works in the conditions that you've got. And like I said, I've noticed a difference just being able to do, I hadn't even, you know, I had 2 antennas hooked up for a long time. I just not played with diversity much and kind of getting the balance right in my ears and, you know, sending one to left and the other one to right. And I just, yeah, it's kind of one of those things I think you got to play with to kind of figure out what works. And then I will say the loop on ground for, it works a little bit on 20. I haven't noticed it really on any bands higher than 20 working, but those bands haven't really been super open lately either. And then, but I have noticed a huge difference on 40. 40 meters, the loop on ground, just throwing that diversity in on 40 meters has been a huge help. I haven't been able to test it on 80, but I'm going to guess, from what I understand, those lower bands, the loops and the beverages can help a ton.
Charlie Golf, K4, KCG, QSL.
All right, we got 4 in the log. Glad we got another QSO party person. Somebody in here. Oh, he's using lower sideband. Oh, maybe not. I thought I was using. Thought I was seeing stronger on the right side. Yeah, I've lost whatever was there. Did I hear a county there? Yeah, they're gone too. Boy, rapid QSB. Anybody do WPX CW last weekend? Since I was up in Iowa, I didn't get a chance to do it. Sounded like there was some pretty rapid QSB in that one too.
I got Washington State. Thank you. QRZ from Kilowatt 4, Kilowatt Charlie Golf.
Wow, he's really strong now. All right, so maybe 20's improving a little bit here. There's a POTA spotted right here. Right here, that's a hunter.
Thank you for New York, 73. CTU Kentucky QSO party. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
That time he was stronger on the DX Commander. That's the Maritime Mobile Net. Oh, we got a ton of people spotted up here, but I am. Let me try the loop on these guys. Dipole's a little better. I'll send you guys the loop. So I flip-flopped it so you guys can hear the second antenna. I'll send you guys back the DX Commander. Boy, see, there's tons of folks in parks today. These band conditions are not cooperating. So we start to come down the backside of this solar cycle. It's going to be more like this, especially on the high bands. But hopefully that will make some of the lower bands a little better.
USA Kentucky QSO party. Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf.
Might give this another 30 minutes or so, then I'll take a break, and then I think I'll get ready for the digital contest. I wasn't planning on streaming during the digital contest. I mean, it was really not much to listen to. So, I don't know. You guys let me know if you think we could do a live stream together on the digital contest, or to get some background music to play for y'all instead of the background audio here of the radio. I don't think streaming the FT8 tones is not going to make for a great live stream.
QSL New York, 73.
So I've heard him say New York a couple times. I'm just going to park here for a second. I'm going to see where all he's working.
Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
I'm hearing him exclusively on the DX Commander now.
Whiskey Bravo 0, Fox Fox Echo, you are 59, Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf. QSL 73. Okay. Whiskey 6, Golf Romeo Echo, you're 59, Logan County, Kentucky, Lima Oscar Golf. QSL 73. CQ Kentucky QSO party, Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
Kyle says he has a strange pulse noise on 10 and 15. Oh, that's weird.
Alpha India 1 November, you are 59, Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf. Good signal here today, 73.
He didn't say where that person was.
CQ Kentucky QSO party, Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
Thought I was in my cat control. I didn't mean to send 14343 to you guys. Saw Jeff spotted Nora X-Ray 9 Tango, so see if I could hear him. Kyle says couldn't get Kilo Mike 4 Radio Oscar earlier. Oh, bummer. Are you having trouble on 20 as well? Oh, look at this. I mean, there's just nothing. Thought maybe 20 was starting to improve. Look at all these POTA spots up on the top part of 20 here. Just not hearing any of them. I hear that guy great.
Uniform Foxtrot, correct? Uniform Foxtrot Alpha, QSL. Starting that time, November 7, Uniform Foxtrot Oscar, 59 Hotel Radio Lima, QSL.
It's Kilo 4 Kilo Charlie Golf in Harlan County.
Let me give you my personal call. November Delta 4 Yankee for the log.
It says 15 meters pretty much dead here. See only one CT station in SSB, 59 plus, 21.3, 27.
Kentucky QSO party. Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf, K4 KCG.
Kyle, got a new Heil mic at Dayton, was trying it out. My Kenwood is real finicky on adjusting the ALC meter. Interesting you say that, Kyle. You might check out Cal's video he posted recently if you haven't already seen it on DX Commander. He was talking about some of the Kenwood in the ALCs and adjusting the ALC. Let me find a link to that real quick. I'll post it. Maybe you've seen it, but I watched that last night. I thought it was really good. Let's see, YouTube.
Hotel Radio Lima. Thank you. For Wisconsin, 73, Kilo 6, kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf.
There it is.
Kilowatt Echo 4, no.
Here's a link. Yeah, there's a link to Cal's video. It's pretty short. It's, I don't know. I think it's like 8 minutes, 8 or 10 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes and 10 seconds. He talks about adjusting the audio, and he talks about some of the weirdness on Kenwood radio. So he mentioned that, and I was like, oh, I should share that. I just watched that last night.
Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf.
Kyle, I haven't set for the Digi contest. I'm leaving it alone. Yeah. Yeah, don't mess with it. That's another rule of contesting. Don't mess with it right before the contest.
Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf, K4, KCG.
Yeah, I was listening to Q5. Kevin was interviewing the contest crew, kind of doing a debrief on the WPX-CW last weekend, and Dan N6MJ was talking about he worked a station remote and he had tested it. Everything was good. 15 minutes before the contest, he sits down. The radios aren't working. Turns out he was able to send, but he just wasn't hearing audio or something. Something was messed up. I can't remember the exact condition he was talking about. And if you know Dan, he's an incredible contester. And he said it took him a little bit to kind of get into the groove, but they got things worked out. But yeah, don't mess with anything right before the contest starts. I am keeping an open mind. I am not going for any type of huge score or anything in this digital contest. I've never done an FT8 or FT4 contest before, so I have done field day, and so I put it into field day mode and done the field day exchange on FT8 and FT4, but I've not done a contest. So technically field day, I think, is considered an on-air activity or something to that effect, but yeah, I'll give it a go here. We'll see. And I'm not going to sit for 24 hours doing this. I'll just try it, give it a little bit of effort while I'm up here in the shack, and maybe try 40 meters tonight after the sun goes down and maybe get some contacts there, but we'll see how it goes. Have you done a digital contest before, Kyle? Have you done either this contest or another contest before? Hey, Brady, good to hear you. Yes, there's a FT8, FT4 contest that starts at 1 o'clock Central Time, 18 Zulu. So we were chatting about that earlier. So there's a FT8, FT4 contest that's coming up. It looks pretty simple to set up. You just put your if you use WSGTX, you put it in a special operating mode, and you say there's a radio button for the digital contest, and then it's on. The contest traffic is on a different frequency than the standard FT8, FT4, although from what I was reading, I think you can go hunt those as well. You just need the grid square is the exchange.
Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf, K4, KCG. November 1 Bravo, November Delta, QSL, your 59 Hotel Radio Lima, QSL.
And Brady, I got your QSL card too in the mail this week. I'll get you one sent back.
Let me give you my, I'm operating club call. Let me give you my other call for the POTA contact.
Yeah, Brady, get that set up. Yeah, absolutely. I was telling earlier on the stream, I was like, oh, this could be one I could try SO2R with. And so I was setting it up for SO2R, and I'm just like, I'm not going to push it. Like, this is my first digital contest, kind of like you do with phone. Typically you just start searching pounds, single radio, single VFO, and then work into the more advanced setup. And so I was like, okay, I do have N1MM set up for SO2R for the contest. but I've done all my testing with I think I'm just going to do single radio and just do one to start.
Kentucky QSO party. Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie Golf, K4, KCG.
Bolt says, did a few local FT8 contests, frankly, pretty boring run out of contacts. VHF Nordic activity is not bad, though. It's more about propagation and skill working weak signals. It's also JT6M mode. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, I agree. That's why I was kind of like, I don't know if I'll stream. You know, there's just not a lot for you all to listen to. I mean, you can watch my screen and we can chat and talk, but I feel like I'm going to have to get some background music or something to play while we're doing a digital contest. And I certainly don't have any tips and tricks to share or anything like that, so it's not even like I could give you a narration as I go. I'm going to be figuring this out as we truck along, so. Riddy, this would be my first FT8, but I have done Riddy contesting. If you've done Riddy, this will be a piece of cake. Riddy's probably a little bit more skill involved on, you know, dialing the stations in and.
November Lima Charlie, 5-9 Hotel Radio Lima.
I'm just kind of watching the waterfall here. If somebody new pops up, we'll go see, but. That's N4SS. We already have him. I think I've worked all 4 Kentucky QSO party folks that I can work. If you guys think it'd be interesting to have a stream during the digital contest, we can do that. Certainly don't follow me for how to do it or anything like that. We'll be figuring it out together, but if you guys would want to hang out, we could certainly do a stream. I'll be up here anyway. I don't know how much narrating I'll do as I'm trying to figure stuff out, but maybe you all can share your tips and tricks on me, and I could be using it as a troubleshooting session.
Roger, Vermont. Okay, now the station I got on hold.
See, now I'm hearing this guy better in my right ear on the diversity. There, he's back to the DX commander. And now that we have the mini split installed up here for cooling, it'd be a little more pleasant to be up here during the afternoon hours. This has been incredibly muggy here. I think it's already 82 degrees here Fahrenheit. Let's see, at 28 Celsius, roughly. It's just been so incredibly muggy here. We're out finishing up the split install last night. I was getting all the conduit clamps all installed and just everything nice and cleaned up out there. And we just have painting left to do, but I'm not going to paint the trim kit or anything like that when it's like 80% humidity. It's just so incredibly muggy. Brady says in chat, it is a bit more complex, but a ton of fun. I need to do that. I've watched Kyle AA0Z's videos on Riddy contesting. I need to just sit down and do it.
Okay, Kilo Bravo 3.
You know, get outside your comfort zone. Try something new. So yeah, I need to give it a go one of these times.
Again on the state.
So now he's exclusively on the DX Commander. It's really weird how the stations are kind of there. Now I hear him on the dipole again. I'll figure out a way. If I can, I'll play with that this week, maybe if I get some time. This week was kind of crazy at work and didn't get a ton of time to play with it. But if I get a chance this week, I'll see if I can get a macro set up here where I don't know. I wasn't seeing any activity on DAX channel 2 when I was doing diversity receive. I don't know if that's a bug or if that is supposed to work. I mean, it lets me select a DAX channel for the diversity, but I just wasn't receiving anything on the DAX, so I need to figure out what's going on there. Maybe it's a bug. That'd be cool if I could set a macro so you guys can hear exactly what I'm hearing in my ears. You'd have to have a headset on or something to hear it, but be able to hear the spatial audio on the stream. It'd be give you a little bit better experience as to what I'm hearing in my headset. Boy, the Kentucky stations that are in there are strong. It just, man. Just disappointing we can't hear more POTA folks. There's folks in parks. You can see the spots here on the screen.
QSL 59 Hotel Radio Lima.
Yeah, I bet nothing.
You copy my county there, Lima Oscar Golf, Logan County. Okay.
The Vaults in chat says, always using headphones anyway, so hearing two antennas is always interesting. Not often can hear that on YouTube. Yeah, I'll see if I can figure that out. It's going to take some setup for sure. But I'm going to have to set up some macros because otherwise, you know, I could certainly anchor DAX channel 1 to the left and DAX channel 2 to right. But then when I turn diversity off, I need it so you guys, you know, some people just listen with one earbud or whatever. So I take the mono streams and then I send them as stereo in OBS. And I can adjust that. I can set left and right fades on the channels, but I need to set it up as a macro. So if I turn diversity off, you're not just still hearing the one antenna on the one channel. So kind of like what I hear in my ears, where after I turn diversity off, the, you know, main antenna comes back split, you know, equally between my ears. So I need to be able to do the same thing on the stream to you all.
Okay, 73. Kilo Mike 4, India Alpha Juliet. I think that's.
So if you're just joining the stream, band conditions aren't in great shape today. We've got Kentucky QSO party that's going on. We got a lot of folks out in parks. We got one POTA logged that was on 40 meters.
59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
If you're in the southeast U.S., 6 meters was open. We were hearing some FT8 there, but
Yeah, you did too.
Ethan was sharing there in Tennessee. He was hearing quite a bit on 6 meters. So if you're kind of down that way, you might check 6 meters out. They call it the magic band for a reason.
Kentucky QSO party.
He's 10 over.
Radio Oscar. Whiskey 9, Whiskey Echo. You are 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
One thing I could do, if you guys want to see it, let me do this. Hang on a second.
QSL, you got a good signal. 73. Alpha 4, Tango, India. You are 59 Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
Okay, I'm going to mute this. You guys can still hear.
What is your state there?
That was PC. Leave that on.
Okay, QSL, 73. CQ Kentucky QSO party, Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
Okay, let me share this screen. I'll show you. I'll do a little demo here of Ether SDR if you want to see it.
Logan County, Lima Oscar Golf.
I'll find my right thing here to share the.
QSL Idaho, 73.
Okay, here is Ether SDR.
Uniform, you are.
So I've got this up. It's in multiplex mode because I got the Maestro going. So you're still hearing the Maestro audio, but you can at least see the UI here. So there's a lot of stuff you can do in here. So one of the cool things is it's got, now if you're SDR Plus subscriber, you can now see this, but they've got all of the, the band markers in here on the, phone extra, CW general, CW extra, all of that. So they've got those band markers in there. I really like the controls here on the right side. There's a lot of stuff here you can turn on, way more than I see in Smart SDR. But they've got waveforms in here you can do. They've got, they just added this antenna health, and it's a streaming kind of SWR view, return loss, power, all of that. So you can see this. So this kind of, you can pause this, but this is streaming the whole time. And so when you transmit, you'll see this come up, and then it kind of streams out. So it kind of does an SWR sweep with the antenna. You got your normal stuff here. You can see your audio levels. You can play with your mic profiles, processor, your TX controls for power, tune power, your pre-distortion filter, automatic pre-distortion settings. All this stuff you can see in Smart SDR as well. But there's a ton of other stuff here you can toggle on. You can see. Oh gosh, where was one of these? You got the IQ streams you can turn on. You've got the meters here where it shows power, your temperature, your voltage coming in. There's a whole bunch of stuff here you can toggle with. So there's a ton of options here that you can turn on. I do like you can set the decay level here, if it decays fast or slow. On the S meter, you can change the S meter to be S meter peak. You can set the it to be on the bottom side here. You can set it to be power, SWR, level, compression if you're transmitting. You can see all the spots I have turned on. This is really, really cool. I really like this. If I come in here to Spot Hub, they've got a ton of stuff you can turn on. So you got, your standard DX cluster spots you can turn on here. They've got RBN, so you can get raw RBN feed data. And if you've ever seen raw RBN, like, look at this sucker go. I mean, it's just going all the time. So if you've got that, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to disconnect that. It's got WSJTX support. It's got spot collector support. So if you've got, like DX Lab and you're aggregating spots from multiple clusters, you can support that. It's got direct POTA spotting enabled, so you don't have to have a POTA spotting cluster configured. It actually collects directly from the POTA app API, so that's really cool. It's got support for free DV, so if you're into free DV digital voice, it's got that all built into the client, so you don't have to install the separate free DV application. I haven't played with that much yet in this one. You can set filters for bands for the spot list, so that's pretty cool. So this is the consolidated spot list for all the spot sources that you have configured. You can play with the different colors. You can have different things be different colors. You can have DXCC coloring enabled. So just a lot of capabilities in the spotting built right into the application, which is really, really cool. It's got full CWX support. Let me go down here to a CW band, change this into CW mode. So you can see this. It's got full CW setup. So you got macros here you can send. You can adjust your speed. It does...
November 8th, Sierra Hotel Lima. You are 59.
There we go. Usually you can toggle that setup on and off. It's got a CW decoder in here. You have to use PC audio to do the CW decoder. It's okay. I found better luck with SDC or CW skimmer. I think they're a little bit better at the variation, but for a built-in CW decoder, it's pretty good. So if you're just getting into CW and you need the skimmer like me to just kind of be a little bit of a crutch, it's available in there. You can adjust the sensitivity. You can adjust the tone, low and high tone. It's got the support for the auto tune that's built into the Flex, so you can, as long as you're close, you can hit auto tune. You can either do a loop where it's constantly dialing it in, but if you want to narrow in your filter exactly right on the station, you can just hit once and it'll lock in that sending station. What else is in here? I mean, there's just a ton of stuff. I've just kind of started to explore this. But there's tons of themes you can do. You can change the background. You've got keyboard shortcuts you can program. You've got... Oh, I talked about the antenna. So you can see here I've named the antennas. So I've got the DX Commander vertical in here. I've got the 20-meter dipole. I've got the receive loop on ground. So you can label those, which I found incredibly helpful. So you can be like, oh, this is the DX commander. Oh, this is the dipole. Nah, it's not too bad with, 2 or 3 antennas. That's not hard to keep track of. But if you were using like an antenna switch or something like that where you were changing the inputs and various things for maybe multi-op and all that stuff, having them labeled, I think, could be really helpful. So anyway, you can kind of change where the panels are. That's kind of cool. You can completely undock the panels, so that's pretty cool. What other things have they done in here? See your GPS. The GPS antenna's kind of falling down here a little bit, so probably have. There we go. It's a little better up in the window there. There we go. We got 3 locked. Let's see, Volts, can you set hotkey for everything? Things like gain. Yeah, you can set. I don't know, like specifically. Let me go in here. There's the keyboard shortcuts you can set up. Where's that at? Where'd it go? Is it up on another window? Oh, it's just enable, disable. Configure shortcuts. Here it is. So yeah, I bet you could. Can I search? XIT. Yep, there you go. You can set keys for XIT. You can set action. I haven't played with this much, but you can. Looks like you can set all the keyboard shortcuts up. They also have a Stream Deck plugin. I haven't played with it much. I've got it installed, but they've got a bunch of SDR keyboard shortcuts that you could. I'm sorry, not keyboard shortcuts, but Stream Deck shortcuts that you could do. So yeah, he's done an amazing job with this. You can change the UI scale. This is kind of cool. So if you want to like zoom this up, if you want it bigger, smaller for the fonts and stuff like that, you can set that. All the normal display stuff that you can configure with like speed, leveling, averaging, all that stuff. You can adjust all of that. You got memories you can program if you want to add memories. A lot of this stuff is in the. You can add your add another slice. Memories off here. So yeah, I mean he's done a great job with this. You can do the up here. You can see the solar. It's probably hard to see, but up here is the K values, the solar flux index, all of that. So that's kind of cool. So that shows up there. Shows you the frames per second. So that's pretty cool. Close that other. So anyway, that's Ether SDR. So if you have a Flex, give it a try. Like I said, it will not update the firmware on your radio, so you still need Smart SDR for that. And it still leverages DAX, so if you need DAX for cat control, SDR for cat control or DAX, you still need to use those applications. But yeah, there's some pretty incredible stuff in here. It also has all the open source noise filters in it. So if I come in here, I'm just going to grab it. I needed to switch to SSB, but if you come in here, it's got all these, it's got several of the noise reduction. And then you can come in here and turn on NR2, NR4. So some of the guys that have older 6000 series radios that don't support the newer DSPs for noise canceling, they're using the open source noise reductions in the tool, so you can get kind of equivalent open source DSP filtering on the 6000 series radios. So a lot of the 6000 folks that are running 6000 series Flexes have been able to get some of the noise canceling features. Now what it does is it does utilize your computer to do that. Now one of the reasons that I've been told that Flex hasn't done that on the 6000 series radios, because they do all the DSP processing in the radio, and the 6000 series radios don't have the CPU capability to support that the processing that's needed for doing that on the radio. But as a trade-off, I think this is a good alternative. You could utilize the power in your computer to do some of those advanced DSP capabilities, but you're going to do it on the computer and not the radio. So if you're trying to run this on a super old computer that maybe is limited in CPU and RAM, you're probably not going to have a great experience with that. But chances are, I think a lot of folks are running, newer-ish modern radios, and if you've got some CPU capability, you can use these the open source noise reduction models to get some of that capability that you wouldn't necessarily have an option in the 6000 series radio. Bolt says seems pretty solid. Yeah, I agree. He's done a great job on this for sure. Let's see, Vault, how's performant? Does it flicker when you start resizing the whole window? I haven't had a problem with that. So I'm just kind of playing. You're seeing this whole screen here. So I'm doing resizing here.
Kentucky Q so far. Kilo Mike 4, Radio Oscar.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing where that's a problem. I did turn in a bug, and it's been fixed in this build. There was a bug where if you had rapidly refreshing spots, when you moused over these, so like these POTA spots, look at this. See, I can mouse over W3DRE. I can see he's in Park US 4889. I can tell the time that they were last spotted. And so, that's really cool. But there was an issue that I uncovered where when the spots are refreshing, it was flickering and shaking on the mouse overs. It was a Windows-only bug, but anyway, they fixed it. So you can see here, there's tons of spots, especially if you have RBN turned on. Those are refreshing all the time. But these are all now super, super stable. So kind of nice. The Volt's much better than N1MM, which they managed to make it lag and flicker. Yeah, I agree. Volts, I think yesterday they released a new N1MM. There's like weekly builds of N1MM, generally speaking. They refreshed the UI, and now my snaps in N1MM are all messed up. Like I don't know if it's the new UI colors and things they did on the Windows, but my snap doesn't work anymore. And so, I don't know, you might check that out. So, anyway, kind of interesting. Hey, we got Mike 3, Tango, Lima Juliet. Good morning from the UK. Hello, hello.
What was the state again, please?
Hey, we got Dustin, K0 Bravo Fox. Hello, Dustin, how are you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. I was showing folks Ether SDR here. All right, I'll go back to my normal hunting stuff here. But yeah, if you got a Flex, definitely check it out. Jeremy's done an incredible job. Jeremy's call is KK7 Golf Whiskey Yankee. He's the lead developer on this project. He's done a good job. A handful of volunteers, Jeremy, and his kind of AI workflows he's built in there is just, it's amazing. I think this guy's struggling too. I'm hearing him pretty well, but we've already got these folks.
Got you. Any other check-ins? Kilo 4.
There's a net. K0 Bravo Fox says Duell helped run the W1AW/0 last week. Tons of fun. Oh, that's cool. I am going to help out starting next weekend. I should have mentioned this at the top. There is, for the World Soccer Tournament, I have to say that. You can't say the actual name of it because it's trademarked, from what I understand. There is, and let me put this in there, a link to the chat. They are going to have a whole bunch of stations on the air. There's the link for the World Soccer event, special event stations. They are going to be all over. And there's special call signs for all of the areas that are hosting matches for the World Soccer Tournament. And so if you check out that website, I've got some slots. I'm going to operate Kilo Zero Charlie, which is going to be the Kansas City station. And I've signed up for a couple stations there. I'm going to be on digital and voice. So maybe next weekend, I need to check my time slots that I'm signed up for. If it's during kind of the stream time, maybe we'll stream with y'all. Hopefully band conditions are better than they are today. And you can ride along with me as we're doing the special event station for Kilo Zero Charlie. Let's see, there's a Whiskey 4 Charlie in Atlanta, Whiskey 1 Charlie. in Boston, Dallas, Houston, KC, LA, Miami, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, San Fran, Seattle. There's a bonus station, Whiskey Charlie 5, Whiskey Charlie. The Mexico stations, Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterey. And then in Canada, there's special event stations for Toronto and Vancouver as well. So going to be World Cup going on. So, and you can't actually say that on the air from what I understand. So you got to refer to it as the World Soccer Tournament. So it's kind of like the big game in February. The football game, the big football game. So anyway, catch us on the air to doing the World Soccer Tournament. So. Is there any better here on 20? Anybody else? We're hearing. So yeah, check out the World Soccer Tournament. I've got some slots. I'm going to sign up for some more slots too, but they got all bands, all hours, like 24 hours a day. So there's going to be special certificates if you collect all of them. And especially being based here in North America, it should be really easy for folks in North America to work several of these stations. So I'm not good enough to work CW on any of these, but I did sign up for some SSB and digital. So if you hear Kilo Zero Charlie on the air, it might be Alpha Fox Zero Fox at the helm. So I'm excited. This will be my first time doing a special event. And I'm not a powerhouse station here. It's going to be 100 watts and the DX Commander wire. So it'll be what it is. Hopefully band conditions are better than they are today. We'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, check that out. WC2026SES.org. And then each of the stations, you can see who's signed up right now for the various slots. When am I signed up? I am signed up. I have to log in with my key so I can see my own call signs. Oh, and my Face ID tried to lock my camera. Give me a second. Lovely. There we go. It tries to use the Face ID Windows Hello when I was filling my stuff in, and then it locked the camera on the feed. So yeah, I'm going to be, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. next weekend. I'm going to be on 20 meter SSB. And then, do I have anything else later in the day? I don't. Maybe sign up for afternoon or do something in the afternoon too. My son's going to be in town and he's going to help me as well. So I might even get him on the radio. We'll see. All right. So yeah, 8 to 10 a.m. Central Time, 13 to 1500 Zulu, 20 meter SSB next week. I will be on as Kilo Zero Charlie. So we'll do a live stream for it. We'll set up the live stream and you guys can hang out. I won't be able to probably chat with you all very much, but they have got the QSLs and the logs. They're all handling centrally from the special event kind of organizing group, and so they will be there'll be QSL cards. They'll upload to QRZ and Logbook of the World, but they'll do it. So I won't load them into my log at all. I will load them into their log, and then they will upload it. But the op call sign should have AF0F, so you'll know if you're working me or not in the QSL. But yeah, they've got. Let me look at the QSL. I'll bring them up here. They got the QSL cards. I'll bring them up here so you guys can see them on the screen. Here's the QSL cards for the various stations. I'll zoom this a little bit so you guys can see this a little better. So you can kind of see all the different QSL cards for all the different stations. And then they've got QRZ pages set up for each of these as well. Looks like a lot of these are AI generated. But definitely varying designs and different things, so that'll be kind of cool. I'm excited to hear the Canadian and Mexican stations as well on the air, so I'm going to try to collect some calls as well. So lots of folks on the air. So we're trying to get some more folks to work. So some of you all that are not in North America, we're trying to get some big stations signed up on some of these calls so that everybody's got a chance to work some of these. So I don't know, y'all. I think I'm going to maybe call the stream for now. If you guys want to, let me know. I'll be on here in an hour for the FT8, FT4 contest. I don't know if I'm going to stream or not. You guys, maybe we'll do a vote or something. You guys want to hang out in the, like I said, it's going to be digital. There's no audio, so it's just going to be me yakking at you and me trying to figure out what to contest on. But you guys, if you guys think that would be of interest, I can certainly do a live stream of it. I don't know. Weak signal mode's probably a good weekend for it because there's just, I don't know, hearing some stuff on 20. It's not completely dead, just not great. So I think I'll grab some lunch and then I'll probably spend a chunk of the afternoon up here trying to figure out the ARL International DX contest. So yeah, Volt says FT8 is slow, but FT4 might be full of action if there's enough stations. Yep, agree. I'm going to try both modes. Yeah, definitely 7.5 second exchange versus 15 second exchange. Although you trade off the signal to noise decoding that you get, so I can get FT8 down to about -25, and then FT8, or I'm sorry, FT4. I can, I think maybe the lowest I've gotten there is maybe -15, -18, something like that. So, but it's definitely faster. I see tons of people out in the parks. It's a bummer I can't hear more of them today. We got one POTA. One POTA today, guys. Yep, Dustin says 73, good luck. It's museum ship weekend. And Lewis and Clark. Yeah, I got 4 Lewis and Clarks last night. So, yeah, watch for the LCTs, especially on digital. If you see CQ, LCT, that's the Lewis and Clark Trail events. And there's several call signs that are on there. And they've got awards for making contacts with all the states along the Lewis and Clark Trail. And then, yeah, there's a lot of museum ships on the air this weekend as well. I saw some spotted in Ether SDR for CW. So CW, like, I don't know if I don't hear many on voice, but if we hear any, we might grab them. So good reminder there, Dustin. Okay, I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap this portion of the stream up. I'll see if I stream for the digital contest or not. It's not going to be super interesting to listen to. You just be sitting here yakking with not even static in the background. So I'll just be figuring stuff out. I've never done a digital contest before. So anyway, we'll see how things go. But give that a go after I get some lunch and see how I do. This will be my first digital contest. So I guess we'll see how it goes. So I think we'll say 7-3 for now, and maybe we'll catch you on a little bit later. And if you got any questions, put them into the comments, or I'm good on Q or Z as well. So with that, we'll say 7-3. Have fun with your radio. Be kind and stay curious. Until next time, 73. Goodbye.